Two dead bodies. A hill. No sign of violence. No struggle. No witnesses. Each man wore a formal suit. And a handmade lead mask covering his eyes. Nearby, a strange note, a water bottle, and no explanation. This is one of the weirdest unsolved cases in history. This is the lead mask's mystery. On August 20, 1966, a young boy was flying his kite on Vintame Hill in Niterói, Brazil. In the grass, he saw something strange. Two bodies, lying side by side in tall weeds. They were dressed identically, formal suits, waterproof coats, and over their eyes, thick, lead masks, the kind used to protect against radiation. He ran to get help. When police arrived, what they found was far beyond anything they expected. The two men were identified as Manuel Pereira da Cruz and Miguel José Viana, both electronics technicians from a nearby town. There were no visible injuries, no signs of struggle, and no weapons nearby. Next to them, an empty water bottle, two wet towels, a notebook with a mysterious handwritten message. 1630 be at the determined place. 1830 ingest capsules, after effect protect metals, wait for mask signal. What did this mean? What capsules? What signal? And why the lead masks? Manuel and Miguel were close friends and experienced radio technicians. On August 17, they told their families they were going to São Paulo to buy electronics for work. But instead, they traveled to Niterói and would never return. A waitress at a bar near the hill recalled seeing them nervous, checking their watch frequently. They had also bought a water bottle from a shop. Oddly, they asked for the receipt, as if they expected to prove something later. The note they left mentioned ingesting capsules. The autopsy, however, couldn't determine if they had taken any drugs, because the internal organs were too decomposed due to delays in examination. To this day, it remains unclear whether any drugs were involved, or what kind they were. Multiple theories have surfaced over the years. Theory 1. A failed spiritual experiment. Manuel and Miguel were known to be involved in spiritualist groups. Some claimed they were attempting to make contact with aliens or spirits using radio waves and psychic energy. The lead masks were believed to protect them from harmful radiation during a contact moment. Theory 2. DIY science gone wrong. As radio technicians, it's possible they were experimenting with energy fields or magnetism. Perhaps they took sedatives to enter an altered state of consciousness and overdosed. But then, why the formality of the clothes? Why climb a hill? And who wrote the strange note? Theory 3. They were murdered. Could they have been lured to the hill under false pretenses? Some believe the capsules were poisoned, and the note was staged to make it look voluntary. But again, there were no signs of a struggle. Nothing was stolen. If it was murder, it was one with no motive, no evidence, and no suspect. There are still many unanswered questions. Why were the towels wet? Why were no fingerprints found? Why were their watches and wallets untouched? And most importantly, why lead masks? Lead masks are heavy, uncomfortable, and serve little purpose outside radiation shielding. There was no radiation found at the scene. The lead masks case is now a part of Brazilian urban legend. Books, documentaries, and countless online forums have tried to piece it together, but none have come close to a definitive answer. It's one of those rare cases where every explanation feels just as unlikely as the next. What do you think happened on that hill in 1966? Were Miguel and Manuel visionaries who took it too far, or victims of something no one dared to name? Drop your theory in the comments. And if you want to hear more stories where facts blur into folklore, subscribe and join us here, on Echoes of Truth.